been here for the past, in 2 months' time, it will be 3 years I've been coming here. The resources, by the grace of God, it's from my salary. I work. I'm a public servant.
In northeast Nigeria, the ongoing insurgency by Boko Haram has resulted in the displacement of over 4.5 million people, making Nigeria one of the top 10 countries with the largest number of internally displaced persons, IDPs, globally. Among those living in IDP camps, women and children are the most affected, facing severe food shortages, lack of security, and limited access to health care. One of these camps is the Kochingoro IDP camp, which has been home to thousands since 2014. Boko Haram has stripped these individuals of everything, their families, their futures, leaving them stranded with no option to return home and struggling to integrate into their new society. Consequently, they rely heavily on the generosity of kind-hearted individuals. One of such good Samaritans is Mary Rose Oduche, the founder of Destiny Child International.
I've been here for the past, in September, I'll be 3 years, every Saturday, feeding these children. But Destiny Kitchen has been in existence for the past 6 years. I've been feeding children in other parts, but here, I have been consistent here for going to 3 years. How I do it, I don't know.
On why she took up the responsibility to feed at least 3,000 people once a week, Mary Rose has selflessly dedicated herself to providing a hot meal every Saturday, not just for the children, but for their parents as well. This remarkable act of kindness stems from her own childhood experiences, where she and her siblings often had to go hungry.
I know what it means to be hungry. I grew up meeting my mother, not having food to give us. My mother had 4 children. She was married, she had a husband, but because they could not make ends meet, so my mother would go out, come back, she would toil, she would farm, she would sell akara, she would do anything. My mother, blessed memory, could do anything to give us food. So that took me back. The woman I saw with her children took me back to know that these things are still happening. Unfortunately, that day, I had only 1,000 naira in my purse. I left them, I couldn't do anything. And I went about, I saw children unkempt. I saw children hungry. I saw children homeless. I saw some of them fatherless. And I asked them, what are you doing here? And they said to me, insecurity brought some of them from Borno State, from Zamfara, some from Yobe. Madam, I went home crying. And the only thing I could do to make sure that in my little way, these people can, in a day, go to bed, having the hope that I've eaten today. So that was how the feeding of the children in the IDP came to pass. I've been here for the past, in September, I'll be 3 years, every Saturday, feeding these children.
Most families in Kochingoro lack the means to sustain themselves or improve their living conditions. To this, Mary Rose stressed the importance of empowering them with the right skills to better their lot and break the cycle of poverty.
I have many of them that have come to me. Some of them want to start selling this juice, tiger nut juice, millet. They know how to do it, but they don't have the capital to start doing it. And I have given some people Then some of them will walk up to me and say they want to join war. Like, let me tell you, I told you, I don't pay anybody here. I use volunteers. If you look around, some of these women that you see are the people living here. They come around to help us do the cooking. Some of their children help us. All these children that you see, this is one of them. All of them, the people that you see fetching water, that their children, so they help.
We asked Mary Rose, beyond immediate food provision, what initiatives or programs does she have in place to promote community resilience and self-sufficiency for some of the residents? Feeding them once a week, she can only do so much within her power. The absence of a reliable means of livelihood has left these parents feeling helpless, further exacerbating the crisis faced by their children.
She's one of the women. She has, her sister is mentally, I'm sorry, I have to say it. Her sister is mentally deranged, and she had twin girls. The husband abandoned them, and she is the one taking care of them. This woman had come to me. Since she entered there, she has no house. She doesn't have any house. She's living in one of the uncompleted buildings. And she has approached me to say, please, I want to do something. I want to start selling tiger nut. I want to start selling akamo. She can do it. But she doesn't have where to put her head. Imagine her every night. This woman will be sleeping in an uncompleted building. So what we want to do, by the grace of God, I told her that at the end of this month, I will rent a house for her. I will rent somewhere for her to put her head. Then we will now know what she can do. Because if we are able to set her off, she will go. And if we are able to do another person, if we continue like that.
In the midst of despair, Mary Rose Oduche's selfless charity shines as a beacon of hope for the people of Kuchingoro, IDP camp, who are hopeful that one day the insurgency in their home state will end. If the government fails to address the vulnerable conditions of people living in IDP camps in Nigeria, this neglect, which could have far-reaching consequences, currently threatening Nigeria's economic stability and security framework. In the meantime, we wonder what kind of future the children here have without people like Mary Rose looking out for them.